Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So just a quick video today which is going to show you the extent of Arctic sea ice melt in very simple and plain terms. Now I owe this resource to Paul Beckwiths. He's a climate scientist researcher who's actually going to be coming on the channel and answering some of the tough questions with regards to all the climate stuff we've been talking about. And he linked to this great resource which visually demonstrates the loss of Arctic sea ice in various graphs. So I'm just going to quickly go over them today. I'm going to post a link in the description to his YouTube channel as well as Zachary Laib's diagram. Zachary Laib is a PhD student in climatology. So let's quickly check these out. So the Arctic is changing. So here we have the date. Here we have the Arctic ice thickness. And so it shows September sea ice is decreasing by 13.3% per decade. However, of course, there is year-to-year variability, natural oscillations, but in the long term, the trend is downward. So this is back from 1979, and we've seen some pretty rapid change in the last 20 years. So if we keep going down here, this shows it a bit more clearly. So you have the sea ice extent. So this is the extent, this isn't the thickness. And we have the increased air temperature, which has gone from negative 2.5 degrees to, that's an average air temperature, to plus 2 degrees Celsius. And you can see there's a rapid decline in sea ice extent. Now this is somewhat misleading because you can see here 12.5 to 10 doesn't seem like a huge drop. But the problem with sea ice extent is that it doesn't communicate the full picture. What you really are concerned about is thickness and volume. So here we can see a drastic reduction in volume, almost more than half a reduction in volume within the same period of time as indicated here. But here, of course, we still see the extent. So yes, the ice sheet is still as broad for the most part, but it's nowhere near as thick. It's almost lost, looks like 60% of its thickness. And you can see the extent is also dwindling, but just not as fast. So you can see land ice on Greenland is way down. Antarctica, not as much, but certainly a downward trend there as well. Greenland is a straight drop to the bottom, it would seem. Here's another image demonstrating the loss. This only goes up till 2013, mind you. You can see there's not much change as we move throughout the 20th century here, but right when we hit the 21st century, it gets very rapid. Remember, that's just sea ice extent. This one probably communicates it better. It shows the sea ice thickness. So the areas of yellow are where sea ice is thickest. So this is during the melt season, I believe. So this is, at the peak melt. So you can see moving through 2000, still a significant amount of thickness. And once you get up to 2018, barely any thickness at all. This is why people are predicting an ice-free Arctic within the next couple years. So I'll just show you this one more time here. As you can see, 1980, lots of ice thickness, lots of ice cover, and as we move towards 2000s, it's less and less to right now where it's barely even any ice thickness at all. So scary stuff. Here's another slide indicating, so this is the Arctic sea ice volume times 1,000 kilometers cubed. Rapid decline. 2018. And this, I think, is probably one of the best graphs, which is the most telling. And this is sea ice thickness. So you can see there are variations. You're going to get year over year. Some years are going to be colder than others, but generally the downward trend is pretty obvious. I mean, it's not even debatable at all. The sea ice is definitely melting. So if you want, I'll post a link to that in the description. And stay tuned for Paul Beckwiths' interview. He's going to address some of the challenging questions, some of the criticisms of climate scientists. And if people have a lot of questions, I'll see if he's game for round 2. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Canadian Prepper out. The best way to support this YouTube channel is to support yourself by gearing up through CanadianPreparedness.com or BugoutRoll.ca. Premium quality gear at the best possible price using the incredibly secure and easy to use Shopify platform. We offer free shipping to the United States for orders over $200 USD and free shipping to Canada over $75. So support the channel by supporting yourself.